kitchen. Today we're going to be making a very popular and ubiquitous dipping sauce in Vietnamese culture called Nuoc Cham or Nuoc Cham. It's culture. It is fish sauce based. It's a little bit sweet, salty, sour, a little bit of everything. And it's really used for dipping anything from different types of Vietnamese herbs, bánh xèo if you're familiar with it, egg rolls, anything like that that is really popular and delicious. So to get started, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the ingredients that we're going to be using today. So it's just 6 ingredients. We're going to be using some fish sauce. So I've already pre-poured out about 6 tablespoons here. This is the brand that I like to use. So this brand, if you're in the US, it's pretty widely available in Asian supermarkets. It's called 3 Crabs brand fish sauce. There are some others that are pretty good, but I'm used to using this because my mom likes to use it at home. We're also going to be using some Thai chilies, a little bit of white sugar to add some sweetness. We're also going to be using some garlic cloves. You could use about 2 to 3. We're going to mash all these up together. And then we're also going to be using some lime, so freshly squeezed lime juice. The first thing that I do that probably takes the most amount of time is I would squeeze the limes. In order to extract the most amount of lime juice out of limes, what I usually do is I will nuke the limes in the microwave for probably about 30 seconds and then roll them on the counter or on my cutting board just to make sure that you're getting all the extra juices out. And then I would cut them in half. So just like this. I've already squeezed some of this. And if you don't have a juicer at home, you can also just use a fork the way I'm using here. So we're just gonna squeeze some of this lime juice out. You wanna use about 1/3 of a cup. Of course, you wanna adjust the flavors as you go. Make sure that you taste your lime juice to make sure that it's sweet and salty, or sorry, not sweet and salty, that is sweet and sour. Make sure that they're not bitter, because sometimes you luck out literally and you get limes that are a bit bitter. So now that we've squeezed our lime juice, now we are going to proceed with mincing our garlic and then also our Thai chilies. So Thai chilies, again, just like the fish sauce, can be easily purchased at any Asian market. You can use the red ones, the green ones, it really doesn't matter. The easiest way that I typically will mince garlic is I'll take a couple of garlic cloves and I'll just mash it with the back of my knife, just like this. That's an easy way to kind of release some of the garlic juices. And it also, kind of flattens it and makes it easier for you to take off all of the skin. So I'm just gonna remove the skin, take off these tiny little knobs here. And then we're just gonna quickly mince this up. A lot of different ways to mince, but this is how I usually do it. Just kind of control the knife with one hand and then just kind of chop along the board like this. You don't have to do too thorough of a job because we're actually gonna do sort of a makeshift mortar and pestle later. But I'm just gonna dump it into this bowl. I'm gonna finely chop these Thai chilies that have already been washed. I'll just use one for now. Okay. So I've got these Thai chilies here. Actually have its friend right in here. So we're going to start with 2, and then if we want more heat later, we can always add another chili. So this is what they should look like when you kind of cut them a bit fine. So we're going to combine this with the garlic in a bowl like this. The other thing you want to keep in mind is as you're cutting Thai chilies, the heat really lies in the seeds, so whatever you do, do not under any circumstances put your hands in your eyes. You will really regret that decision later. So now what we're going to do is we're going to combine the garlic and the Thai chili that have already been finely cut up and minced with some sugar. I measured out 3 tablespoons of sugar here just to start. So I'm just going to add this to my bowl. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to combine all of these 3 ingredients and we're just going to mix it up just a little bit. So the reason that we do this, or that my mom likes to do this at home, is it really helps to release even more of the juices and the flavors and the oils that are in the chilies as well as the garlic. And then the sugar also provides a bit of abrasiveness against both of those ingredients. So if you have a mortar and pestle at home, definitely use that. I don't have one, so I'm just going to use this bowl, the abrasiveness of the sugar grains, and then also the end of my knife to do this. So you're just going to kind of mash it up, and then slowly, as you start looking at your mashing work in your bowl or your mortar and pestle, you'll notice that some of the redness from the Thai chilies is going to start melding with the garlic and the sugar. So your bowl is gradually going to look a little bit more orangish, red tinted. This is kind of what it's going to look like. So you can see a lot of the red from the Thai chili has transferred into the sugar granules as well as the garlic. So now the mixture is a little bit reddish orange. That's definitely a good sign. It's something that you want. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add our lime juice that we just squeezed, so about 1/3 of a cup. Just going to add that in. We're going to mix this up. Now we're going to add in some hot water. Different families do their Nuoc Cham a little bit differently. My mom likes to use hot water. Main reason for that is, again, you want to focus on bringing out the flavors of the garlic, the chili, the sugar melding with the fish sauce, and heat tends to do that really, really well. So while we had about 1/3 of a cup of lime juice, we're going to add about 2/3 of a cup of hot water. So I've actually got a hot water dispenser here. So I'm just going to measure out about 2/3 of a cup of hot water. So we're going to add that. Mix that up. So now it's kind of like this savory, sweet sort of limeade with garlic and chili. And the last step that we're going to do is we're going to add in that fish sauce. I had about 6 tablespoons of fish sauce that I measured out, but I'm going to add them one by tablespoon, just to see, you know, how the sweet, the salty, and the sour kind of balance out. So I'm going to start with about 4 tablespoons. And the color you're looking for as you're mixing this up together is kind of like a light honey amber color. It's also a good idea, because of that, the fact that you're looking for that color, to use a white bowl. So this is pretty good gauge for the color here. The amber, a little bit orangish. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a spoon just to taste this. And the thing is, you want to be able to allow for adjustment. So if it's not salty enough, you want to add more fish sauce. If it's not sweet enough, you want to add more sugar. Or if it's not sour enough, you definitely want to be able to have an extra half lime or so. I'm going to taste this. Ooh, that's definitely spicy. We're not going to need an extra Thai chili for that. But we might need just a little bit more fish sauce on this one, so I'm just going to add another tablespoon. Mix this up here. So I've added that 5th tablespoon of fish sauce, and again, definitely make sure that you're, you know, tasting it as you go and that you're adjusting the different flavor layers. But I'm going to take another taste again, and as you can see, this nice kind of orange ambery color. I'm just going to take another taste. I think that's actually perfect. The other thing to keep in mind is, as you're tasting this for the first time, just remember that the liquid's hot, so the flavors are going to need some time just to meld. You really want to be having this as a dipping sauce at room temperature or when it's cold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer this into a glass jar, let it cool down, maybe even try to expedite the cooling process by putting it in the fridge, so that by the time it's ready for dinner, you know, the flavors will have melded a little bit more. It'll be a little bit more mild on all fronts across all the flavors by the time dinner is ready. I'm just gonna transfer it over to this glass jar for storage. Nice color, right? So So with this, you've probably got just shy of about 2 cups of Nuoc Cham dipping sauce. This is, you know, the kind of look and color that you're going for. So again, we're gonna let it cool, and then we'll do another taste test later after it's cooled down, mellow it out a bit, and then we'll also have it with something else that I'll be making to accompany this. We'll be back in a few hours. Okay, so we're back. It's been about maybe 3 hours since we made the Nuoc Cham together, so this is what it's gonna look like. Pretty much looks the same, except we had it in the fridge for a little bit just to let the flavors meld and to let the dipping sauce cool down. So again, nice amber color. Smells nice and sweet, sour, a bit salty. We're gonna do a taste test, but you don't wanna do a taste test by just tasting it. You wanna have it with something that you're actually going to eat. So whether it's an herb, some sort of egg roll or a spring roll. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna actually have it with a really nice specialty from Hue region, which is in central Vietnam. My mom actually sent these back with me from San Francisco to New York. This is what they look like. So these are called ban bat look. So these are tapioca starch dumplings that are usually made with a sauteed, marinated pork belly, as well as some shrimp. So as you can see, it's nice and orange because of the shrimp, as well as the marinade from the pork belly. And then it's a nice translucent color, and is usually steamed within a banana leaf. So I'm just gonna take a piece of this dumpling, and I've already measured out some of this Nuoc Cham. We'll measure out just a little bit more since we're gonna have some for dinner together. Just wanna take a look at this. This is the color that it's going to be when it's in your bowl. So we're gonna take a little bit of this dumpling and then just dip it right in. Just to try out seasoning for this dipping sauce. I think after a few hours in the fridge, the Nuoc Cham really mellowed out. It's not as straightforward and salty as it was when we first had it, so highly recommend it. Really hope that you're able to try out this recipe. Would probably flatter my mom a bit because this is kind of a rip off of what she typically makes. Hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely would love to hear your feedback about what you thought about this. Enjoy. See you later. Bye.